A man was hunting when he found a wild woman scrubbing herself by the river. John followed the savage when she left. After confirming that the woman was a solitary savage, John had an evil thought in his heart. He put the fishing net over the savage woman. The wild woman struggled desperately in panic. John stepped forward and knocked the wild woman unconscious with the butt of his gun. Then John kidnapped the wild woman and took her to the cellar. He firmly locked the limbs of the female savage. John had a lust and wanted to have close contact with the savages, but the smell of the wild woman dispelled John's evil thoughts. John found that the female savage had very delicate features. The next day, John took the whole family to the cellar to visit the savages. No one knew that there was actually a wild man hidden in the cellar. John claimed that he wanted to domesticate the female savages completely. Mary advised John not to hurt the savages. Then Mary handed the cooked oatmeal to the savage. The wild woman angrily knocked over the food on the ground. The wild woman stared at the John family with a fierce look on her face. But this family was completely unaware of the seriousness of the matter. Then John was going to wash off the dirt on the wild woman. The water sprayed by the high-pressure water gun made the female savage scream in pain repeatedly. Lucy was frightened by her father's cruel behavior. Lucy ran over quickly to turn off the generator, but John didn't want to let it go. At this moment, the female savage actually begged John for mercy. Seeing the female wild man, he was willing to lower his head and beg for mercy. John's distorted mentality was greatly satisfied. Then he ordered his wife to wipe the wild woman clean. Change her into a set of clothes, by the way. The wild woman in a dress immediately gained a bit more charm. The savage's handsome face won John's praise. In the evening, John came to the cellar alone. He brought food and fed it to the wild woman. Now the wild woman has become much more obedient. She no longer resists eating and drinking either. After having her fill, the wild woman even said thank you. This well-behaved appearance made John very satisfied. He felt that he had tamed the savages. Midnight, John sneaked out of bed. Mary knew very well what her husband had done. He came to the cellar. 3 minutes later, John came out contentedly. In fact, his son witnessed John's behavior with his own eyes. This made Jack, who was in his adolescence, even more restless. The next day, he slipped into the cellar alone. Jack actually committed a wild act of violence. A series of screams came from the cellar. Lucy, who was reading a book, hurriedly ran out. A scream was heard coming from the cellar. Lucy angrily threw Jack out. She tidied up the wild woman's clothes and sincerely apologized to her. Lucy's kind act will save her life in the future.